Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is the nighttime. Today I'm going to talk about attachment styles, all the different types of attachment styles that are present in this world. I definitely think it's definitely a stem off, for me, it was a stem off of childhood. Didn't really have emotionally available parents most of the time. Most of the time they were working, which is most of I think everybody has working parents. If you don't, kudos to you. But to kids that had lacked with emotional parents being there, it definitely stems all of that. You understand? I believe that because my parents were not really emotionally there, I grew up to have an attachment over friendships, over people in general. I got to attach. There's different types of attachments, and I looked it up. Before someone gets mad, I am not a licensed therapist. This is just the knowledge and things that I got for myself, that I took in and learned from and just healed from, moved from it. You know what I mean? Let me get it. So first is secure attachment. Generally positive emotional bonds with self and others. So you have a secure attachment to somebody, so it's usually very positive to people, and you just have this like emotional bond towards them, and it's just very strong, but it's very positive. You always do it in a positive way. But I will tell you, most of the time with that causes people in this world to use that for an advantage. Okay, people most of the time don't have the best interest in this world, like if they see somebody that's very attached to, say, it's a friend, okay, and you are very positive with them, you give them good vibes, and you're always there for them, and you're there for a positive way, right? You're very there for an energetic, I'm there for you, like, and you're like, your energy is just showing, like, I'm there for you, right? um you're pure. That's very sweet. You're pure and it's nice, but it is an attachment that to another person, like your friend, right? And sometimes we don't have that many good people in the world to accept that. So what happens is that those people that are secure attached are very they get hurt pretty easily, because they're kind of used to people, you know, using their kindness against them in another way of saying this. And which is fine, but it's not fine for that, but I'm saying which is okay. Okay, like it's okay to have that type of attachment, just you need to learn what it is, to just be able to put boundaries up and understand, like, hey, I don't condone you not receiving back, because a lot of people with that type of positive energy attachment always like to give their positivity and their positive energy, but not receiving anything back. So now your energy is, you're just basically giving all your energy away to that other person that is not giving you the same reciprocate back, which in some cases doesn't have to be the case. This is just some things that people need to realize, that we just need to put up boundaries. You're just a kind soul. You're very kind. But you know what? People in this world will use kindness for not in a nice way. Anxious attachment. This is something I had, and I'll explain. Desire for intimacy. Anxious in relationships, feel like others are emotionally unavailable to them. Just gonna repeat that. Anxious attachment. For intimacy. Anxious in relationships, feel like others are emotionally unavailable to them. To explain what this is, you are a person that is very emotionally now attached to this person, right? We're having this attachment of anxiety, of you don't want them to go because you feel if you don't give them what they want or allow them to have what they want, they'll go, they'll leave. So that anxious attachment comes from that. That's an anxious attachment. And you kind of feel like most of the time you're giving so much, and it feels like the way that they're not giving as much back, which causes anxiety in a relationship where you're like, oh my goodness, oh, this person's not giving me what I want in return, causing you to fix the relationship. You desire for intimacy because you want to fix something, because you feel like your partner is not being emotionally available to you, which in some cases with anxious attachment, that's the case. Most of the time our partners are not receiving or giving what we're receiving out to them, so it gives us anxious to the point where we want to salvage as much as we can in a relationship, and that is not a healthy way to be in a relationship. Trust me, soon enough that person's going to realize, because they will catch on to that attachment and anxious attachment before you do, because you will be showing the signs to them. So when that happens, they're going to take that for themselves. They're going to know, and they're just going to use it for their advantage. As you could feel in the lines of that, you're trying to fix a relationship, and the less that they give you, the more you desire to fix by being intimate with them, or giving them this, or giving them money, or giving them anything that they want to make them happy. But are they making you happy? No, you probably at that moment they're already realizing what you have, what kind of attachment but issue that you have not noticed within yourself. And that's okay. We're still human. We're all human. It's not like we know everything in the whole entire world. Nobody knows. But at least learning a little knowledge of it and moving forward from it could express that. Let me tell you this. If the relationship is acting like that, it's unhealthy. You could definitely get better for somebody else. Somebody else could give you something way better than making you feel like that, or being emotionally unavailable, because there's somebody in this world that will give you that emotional availability, so you don't have that anxious attachment towards them. But it happens. It happened to me. My first relationship that was serious, I will say, because it didn't happen with ones that I was not too serious, but the one I was serious in, I developed an anxious attachment to, and I didn't realize what it was. He did, though. He knew it, and he used that for his advantage. He would emotionally never be there for me. Every time I needed him, he was never there. So what did I do? I tried to salvage the relationship, because I believed at that time in my life, because we all have these moments, and we all had that relationship, I will honestly say, is we have this relationship of feeling like this is going to be the one forever, right? And this is my only love. This is the only thing I could get. No, trust me, it's not. You're young or not. You could just be older too. Doesn't matter how old you are, you'll find somebody new. You'll find a friend, you'll turn into something else. It doesn't have to be with this person. Everybody's so afraid of changing and being afraid to leave the relationship, because honestly, I will tell you, it's stemmed off of not loving yourself, understanding yourself within, knowing what you want for yourself, knowing what you want to feel happy for yourself, what makes you, in other words, content. That you don't have to worry about those things. You don't more have to worry and be anxious, because if the relationship is making you anxious and having this anxious attachment, then it shouldn't be going any further than that. Then this person is just, on the other hand, basically using what he could get, or he or she could get out of you, because this could be either or. You understand? Women could know too and use this as their advantage, and men could use it as their advantage too. It's either or. I never say it's just one-sided, oh, it's just the girls. No. Everybody goes through life equally the same, with all different types of, honestly, different traumas and attachments, anxiety, anything. Anything can be stemmed off, I believe, from childhood, how you grew up, how you think in the world, but your self-worth, how you feel about yourself, recognizing yourself within, knowing what you want for yourself. That's what I say. We all have to go through that and figure that out in life. Sometimes we're stuck in this anxious attachment and we feel like this is the only one I'm going to get, when it's not. Truly it's not. And I had to wire that into my brain, wire it to the fact that I'm like, I had to, like, I was writing, I'm just thinking, this is not who I want to be. They don't give me what I need. How do I change this? How do I change my life? You know? How do I change the type of way I'm with and who I'm with? And how do I get out of that so I don't have to have that anymore, you know? Took a while, trust me. And I never say to a person like, oh, it's so wrong that you're with that relationship, because no, honestly, people sometimes don't even realize what's going on. They just accept it because they don't know anything else. We're all still living life. It's not like we know everything. And if, like for me, I didn't go to take therapy or talk to my therapist that much, so I was not getting that feedback into my head. I had to just realize this is not truly what I want, and I have to get out. I realized later, looking what was going on, is that I had an anxious attachment because of how I felt as a child. Truly, it all stems from childhood. Truly, always feel like they're gonna leave or abandonment, I say, or you feel like their emotions are not there. They're emotionally unavailable. So, say if your parents maybe abandoned you or in a way made you feel they were emotionally unavailable, you're going to try to do anything you can to get a response out of them, to show them that show you that they care. You want them to show you that you want that validation for yourself. Why wouldn't you want that in a relationship? We all want that validation in a relationship. We want that specific other to give that to us. And if they're not, then we dip. We hit the road. Bye-bye. Return him back to the store. His 30 days are up. And I'm kidding. Okay, next one is avoidant and dismissive attachment. Struggle with intimacy, feel uncomfortable with closeness, seek high levels of independence. So this type of attachment is basically almost 360 opposite of what I just said before. This is the type of person who believes, hey, I could do anything. I could do it all on my own. Truly. I could do it on my own. I don't really need you. I don't want your help type of energy. And that's still not good attachment. Like it's good to be attached to yourself all the time, but it's not healthy to relay that to your partner. It's supposed to be equal. You're supposed to equally be able to seek for that validation, seek for that help. You don't always have to be independent for yourself too. This could also stem from maybe you had somebody that was very close to you and hurt you so bad and so deeply that you don't want another person to get close to you again. And this can be friendships, anything, right? So you keep up that protective guard. Like I was saying in my other videos, you put up this guard that I don't want you to get too close to me, because if you do, then you feel like if they get close, they're going to hurt you. Truly. Like hard. And I had this before. That I had to work through this, that I cut off and shut off the world because I didn't want them to pain me. Truly, deeply inside, I didn't want them to pain me. So I believe that letting the world down is the easiest option for me, you know what I mean? Which is not. And then I believed I could do everything on my own, which didn't. I just fell flat face on my face, because again, I'm still learning. I'm still not knowing everything I know in this world, but it's okay to ask for help, because people are there to help you. Truly, people are here to help you. And if they're not, again, what do we say? Hit the road, okay? Because you need to be, and this is even with all these attachments, to be able to fix this is working within yourself, understanding which ones you have, and understand you might not have any. You might believe that you don't have any. Okay, but at least figure out what you don't like in your situation that you're in your life, you know? Maybe you could connect it to an attachment. I did. That's why I'm just relaying this, to show you that you could learn how to fix it if you learn what it is. I'm not saying that, hey, I'm a licensed therapist and tell you you have all these attachment issues. No, I'm saying what I had, what I went through, and how I was able to overcome it and realize, hey, I don't want that truly in my life. It doesn't matter how lonely or how lonely I am or alone I believe I am. I don't want that. I don't want that type of connection. And still, for the one I was talking about, that's something you have to work within. That's not something you can work with a partner or work with friends. You have to work that within you, knowing that, hey, can you help me? Always do like little things. Ask friends for little things so you could realize, hey, you could count on them if you need them. Okay? You can always count on one person in your life. It could be your mom, dad, friend, sibling, anybody. There's always that one person you count on. Your dog, cat, anybody. At least have somebody to be able to talk to, you know? Okay. This is another one that I looked up. Is disorganized attachment. Intense, chaotic relationship patterns that typically consist of a combination of desiring something just like blinked. I think you saw it. I'm sorry. Disorganized attachment. Intense, chaotic relationship patterns that typically consist of combinations of desiring closenesses while subsequently, that's a hard word. Subsequently pushing other. We're gonna restart that because disorganized attachment. Intense, chaotic relationship patterns that typically consist of a combination of desiring closeness while at the same time pushing people away. Okay? So, what this means is that I believe this is the type of, just trying to explain it, is that you desire to be very close to a person, maybe every day you want to hang with them, but at the same time, when things get hard or when things get too tough, maybe in your world, you push them away. You choose to just throw them to the door. Or not throw them to the door, but like, just be like, I don't need your help. So at the same time that you're getting super close to somebody, you're actually pulling back at the same time. That makes sense. So it's like a tug of war type of feeling within yourself and with others around you. So you get so close and then you just kind of like, bye, you know? Like, I don't need your help. Which, this is saying it's disorganized attachment. It makes sense. It's like you're going back and forth, which is not healthy for you. And it's not healthy for your mindset. But at the same time, that's also a feeling that you typically have maybe with your child. You got people, maybe your parents are really strict on you with maybe say school or something like that, so they were always next to you, always watching your little tiny moves just to know that you're doing the right thing, and then they kind of pulled away when you didn't do what they wanted for them, so they made you feel like you had to go within yourself, you know, or kind of disregarded your feelings if things got tough. They kind of just pushed you down. So you kind of do the same thing now that you're older, is that, hey, I'm very close to you, I'm going to watch your every move because, oh my God, I'm going to watch your every move because I don't want you to do anything wrong in your head, that's what you're saying. But if they do something that you don't like, you're going to pull back. This is not healthy, not even for your own head. Now you're just like all over the place. How do I feel about this person? They did something messed up and I don't like them because they messed up. So I'm going to pull all my energy back and now I'm going to just stick to myself. Does that make you feel happy? Does that make your partner feel happy? Does that make your friend feel happy? It doesn't make anybody feel happy. How do we change this? Realizing that, hey, I recognize that I'm doing this. Communication. Because, you know, it's not easy to fix an attachment like that. You need to really work within yourself to find it. So, to find that core issue and core disconnect from yourself, you know? So, the best way I could say to do that is just to truly communicate to your person, partner, friend, or anything. Just be like, hey, boundaries, you know? Putting up boundaries, knowing that you don't like how they treated you, and just be like, hey, this is what you did, I didn't like it, and it wasn't very much in the interest that I liked. Whatever happened, whatever, right? Use the words that you feel fit, but you could just start the communication, be like, hey, and they probably will give you an answer. Unlike how you felt like in the past, where you felt like you were not being heard or not having your emotions taken care of, you know? Instead of you getting yelled at, telling you doing wrong. You don't want to do that to them, so you, or maybe you do doing it, and you're just pulling away after you get close with them because you realize what they're doing, so you get mad at them and you just start making the relationship or the connection unhappy or a little unhealthy, I should say, which is not fun for any sides. Both parties, it's not fun. So it's like, all you need to do is just be able to communicate how you're feeling. If the person you're communicating is not giving you the response that you want, protect your peace. Truly, protect your peace. If that's not what you want, you know what makes you happy. So that's it. Protect your peace like that. Work on it as much as you can. Communicate. Talk it out. Because you know what? Fights in a relationship happen. They do. But not to every single day to horrible extents. No. It should be being able to communicate it out and talk it out between each other and come with a compromise or come to an agreement. If those things don't happen, it's just a fight back and forth when you're trying to communicate. Mind you, you can't be communicating in a way of saying, no, you did this wrong, no, you did this, and say, hey, this is how I feel. And this could be men or women, because I know men don't like to show their emotions. Put it in the way that you want. Don't have to say, hey, speak in person to them. Anything. To be like, hey, this is not how I roll with things. This is not how I like to feel. I feel like this, or hey, what you did kind of really irked me in a wrong way that I didn't truly appreciate. Those words you could say as a man, woman, to explain your feelings. If a man is not reciprocating those feelings back to you, hit the door. Man or woman, hit the door. Because like now you're just a child. Now you're acting like a child. You can't communicate? Come on. Communication is the easiest thing you could do. It's your words. Use your words. Not your emotions. We're not kids. We're adults. And we're becoming adults. And we don't use our words and we don't get upset and have temper tantrums. We don't do that. We're adults. We're becoming adults. And in the workforce, it's not going to be screaming and kicking and screaming in the workforce. You're going to get fired. Truly. Nobody's going to handle that forever. Truly. Nobody. Anywhere in any connections, nobody's going to handle it. So what you can do? Work on communication. Those are like some of the attachment styles. There's many different types of attachment styles. I would honestly look into it. If you guys want me to explain more on some, I will most definitely would. I will. Because honestly, there's some things that I don't even know. Maybe I didn't even touch upon and didn't look into because I could. There's all different types of things to be able to look into. Even for myself. To figure out, you know? I definitely say those are the most ones that I say are very present in this world. You know, I feel it's very present in this life. I went through it, so I really feel like I've seen a lot of my other friends go through it without like realizing how like attached they are to the relationships. Because what I believe to have a healthy relationship is you need to have balance. You can't be with them 24/7. You can't be up there 24/7. You can't do that. You're not going to create that tension. You're not going to be able to create that distance, that longing for each other. It's just going to be every single day with each other. Or if you're on the phone with them 24/7, that's an attachment. You don't need to be on the phone with them 24/7. Now, what are you afraid of? What are you fearing of that's going to happen in a relationship? And this is what I say. If it does something happen in the relationship, was that the person you really want to be with? No. Who wants to be with somebody like that? Let me tell you this. In easier words, the truth will always come out. Truly. You don't have to sit and be up there and be around them 24/7. The truth will come out. I was around somebody 24/7, which was not right, but almost 24/7, and they still got away with half the things they did. Why? Because it didn't matter how close I was to him doing things smarter, but he wasn't smart because at the same time, they came all to me. I didn't have to try. They were coming towards me and they were telling me the truth. Because what I always believe, the truth always come out. Nobody in this world can hide from the truth. Truly. You will find out the truth. And that's on you to be able to differentiate of what you want to do. Now you know the truth. Are you going to stick with that? Are you going to realize that you have maybe these attachments, or maybe you realize you have these attachments and work from it? No, hey, you know what? This man's not even a good guy anyway. He was not emotionally available. He was doing sneaky crap. Do you want that? No. We all deserve to be happy. Truly. This is man or women, because it doesn't matter. Men or women are the same exact ways. Yes, we think differently. So one thinks logically and one thinks emotionally, but at the same time, are we still both capable of manipulation? Yes. We all are capable of manipulation in this world. Truly. And when it comes to relationships, when we're young, it happens. We're all still learning. But we don't have to choose to stick with it. Okay? That's a little insight of it, is that you could choose to find truly happier. Because happiness is always out there. If you choose to work on yourself, it will come in due time. Truly. Or another one will be there, and you can give them a chance and see where things go and see where things lie. It doesn't always have to be with this one person, this one specific person. No, because you have your whole life. Doesn't matter if you're 20, 15, definitely if you're younger than in high school. Yo, you got your whole life. You didn't even go to college yet. You got your whole life. Trust me. No, I'm kidding, but it's true to that. Doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, any age. You could find somebody else. Truly. Attachment issues could be stemmed off of any age. It doesn't matter what age you are in right now, truly. But we can realize to just move from it. Yes, change is hard. Change is difficult. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about in my videos, is that change is the most scariest thing for a person, but it could be the most transformative thing for their lives. Truly. And become better. Let me tell you, the grass is always greener on the other side. Truly. Just take that into account. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to. I'm not saying that you have to take what I say, but I'm saying this is what's helped me to be able to love myself, love where I'm at, grateful of myself, and I know how to figure out a life that I want for myself and who I want to align with in my own life. Truly. I can't align with somebody because, trust me, I know it's a thing that people think they can find somebody else when they're still in a relationship with another. It doesn't work like that. Think it works like that you can have Tom, Dick, and Harry? No. Or Rachel, Jess, and Jennifer? I don't know. I'm just coming up with things. But it doesn't work like that. Truly, it doesn't work like that. And if it did, would we all be the W? Of course. Truly, karma catches up to everybody. Truly, with the people who are doing that, it catches up. They find out. Then they got to make a new roster. But at that point, when you're like that, you don't really care. Truly. To make a new roster because you're not caring about that person. And then, that's okay. I'm not saying that's okay to treat women like that, or women or men, but if you set your intentions right and you know what you want and you tell them, then that's their business to want to be with or not. Truly. With that, but I'm a person that honestly, I was keen in relationships. I didn't want to mess around, and if I did, I told them my intentions. I told them, like, hey, I'm not here for looking for a relationship. That was them to make a decision on what they want to do. Truly. Or you could tell me we could just be friends. No. Now you're being truthful, and now it's no burden on you. You're allowing them to know what's going on. Now, at this point, you're just focusing on yourself. I never said it's a problem. It's not safe, I'm going to tell you that. It's not safe to go with Tom, Dick, and Harry, or Jennifer, Justin. I forgot the last person I said. Emily, I don't know. Just, it's not healthy and safe to do that. I will tell you that. If you're not using protection, most definitely be doing that. And it's not right, I should say. It's very not right to be doing that without, that's so scary. It's really not right to be doing that without telling the truth and setting your intentions. because we all deserve the truth in this world. And it's our burden to, if we want to take it. It's our burden and our issue if we choose to go down that path. Some people know more to not want to be a part of that. And just be like, hey, you know what? I respect you telling me the truth. I'm just going to do me. There's some girls and women and men out there that kind of are at the same alignment, I should say. The same understanding. Some people are not looking for a relationship, maybe just got out of a relationship, maybe got their heart broken, not looking for anything, just want to talk. Okay. At least put your intentions straight. Tell the truth. Truly. This is going again off where we're talking about attachment, but I'm just going to leave it off like that. There's a little bit extra information. Talk more about change in the next one. I'm probably going to make more because I do have to catch up on a lot of videos. So, see you in the next. Bye.